All right, with a bit of fiddling and that, I got this awkward one in. All the other ones are in position. Everything's snugged up, and there's no play in the manifold. So I'm confident that that is sealed to or where it has to. And I am quite happy with that. Next step will be get the heat shield and the carburetors back on the car. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to disconnect the throttle cable after all, but I can leave everything else together because I think there's a little bit of interference between the heat shield and the header. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. That'll be my next challenge. Another thing I just thought of is I will probably put the bottom half of the header, the collector on the header before I put the carbs back on, but I'll deal with the heat shield first. Okay, I've got the heat shield separated, and it'll be much easier to work with and be able to see if we do in fact have some interference here. That one in. I don't know if we do actually. Just a tiny bit. I might have to it's just touching in here, so I may just have to get a hammer and dolly and put a dent in this area right here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a doubled over piece of tape in here. Let's try this again. There we go. Yep, it's hitting the tape. Okay, so that's where it's hitting. So I can mark down there where it's hitting. So I'm just going to figure something out to be able to just put a little crease in there so I can clear that header pipe. Okay, I've marked where I need to put the little dent, and this is the back side of the heat shield. So it's on that line there. I've got a piece of fairly heavy pipe here. I was thinking I'd just cut a piece off, but I'm just not going to bother. I'm just going to leave that. Then underneath, I've just got a couple of blocks of wood. So I will line this up with the center of that gap, put my pipe on there, and give it a couple of whacks. And I don't have to do it too much, so I will just be careful on that there. So I'll play with that and see how that comes out. I've actually raised it up a bit more, so I've got more of an angle on my pipe. I'll grab a sledgehammer, give that a couple of good whacks, and see how we do. I don't know whether you can see that or not, but there's definitely a dent there. And I've test fitted on the car, and that clears the header by about 1/16 to 1/8 of an inch. So I'm quite happy with that. I think what I'm going to do though is give this a really good clean and a sand and give it a fresh coat of paint before I put it back on the car. I've got my cardboard box paint booth set up outside here, and now that I've got some paint on here, you can see where I've got the dent in there to make the clearance for the header. So I'm going to put a couple more coats of paint on that, and I'm just using the Sprite Midget engine enamel to do that. Classic color by Moss. And then nice thing where I've got this set up, I can just turn this like that, and I can get to the other side, and you can see the dent there as well for the clearance. Now while the paint on that heat shield is drying, I think I'm going to put the collector end of the header on. I think it'll be a lot easier to reach all the springs without any carburetors or anything in the way. Here are the 4 springs, and then you can see that one end's a little more open than the others. So when I go to put these in, I'll hook the end that's a little more closed in first, and then pull up or pull down as the case may be, and hook in the other one. All right, I've got those springs all in there. You can see down there, and what I did, hook the bottom end of the spring on, and then just hook the top end in the crook of the Allen key here and use that to pull it up and get it in the top hole. So those are now in place where they should be. So now that that's done, as soon as the heat shield's dry, I can put that together. But in the meantime, I can work on underneath, and I'm going to start at the back, actually, with the muffler. Well, after a bunch of fiddling around and what have you, with different mufflers, I've decided to go with the one I had on the car before. Now, it's not ideal. The inlet and outlet are a little smaller than the 1 3/4, but I'm going to make it work for now. The ones that I picked up new were either too long or too wide. What I will have to do, though, is this is where this bracket was initially. Now I'm going to move it back 2 inches, so that moves the muffler 2 inches towards the back of the car. And following recommendations when I did this last time and filmed it, I'm just going to weld in a little plate on top of the muffler to give me a bit more strength, and then I'll weld the bracket back on top of that. And that'll net the same height as it was before, because as you can see, I've left a little bit there. So I'll get this welded on, and you can see I've modified the 45s. So basically I've shortened up the leg on this one as short as I could. So I'm pretty sure that that'll service. I did a rough fit, and it looks like I've got a straight shot from this end here to the collector on the other end at the engine end. Now, one thing I've done with this little plate is I've just given it a little bit of a bend to follow the curve of the top of the muffler here. I might just have to adjust it a bit, but I'll just weld that on around. Then I'll weld this. Actually, I might weld a little bracket on first. Yeah, I'm going to weld the upright onto this plate first, then I'll tack that whole thing on. One thing I have to figure out is the bracket for the pipe where just before the rear axle. Now this is the one for the original pipe, and so what I've decided to do is I actually have a connector here that fits. This is the same size as the pipe that fits over that. So what I'm going to do is cut these 2 bits off this part of the pipe, straighten them out. I'll cut a slot in this piece here, and then I will weld these 2 tabs on to here, and that will give me the clamp I need and give me the correct distance off the floor of the car, and I should be good to go. I think what I'll do is I'll put a nut and bolt through here and then tighten it up a little bit so I can straighten this out. I'll cut a slot in my section of pipe here, and then once I have this welded onto here, I'll just cut off basically that much of that, and in theory that should give me the clamp I need and be able to clamp it in the same spot that the original pipe was. Right, I've got the original bracket bolted together. It's a 1/4 inch bolt, and I used 5/16 nut in between, and that, so I will cut this loop off. Then I've marked my new piece of pipe the same width, and I'll cut a slot through there, and that's the same width as this one here. So I'll be cutting well inside those lines. So I'll cut these ones off, and I will weld them to there, and then I will cut the whole thing off the end of this pipe once everything's welded on. All right, I have this all set up in the vise now. I've got these parts of the bracket off the old bracket. I've got the slot in the pipe here. The slot actually goes past the line here, and that's, well, you can see that's the width of the original bracket. I've got my ground set up. This is held in place. So I'll get in there with the welder and see how it turns out. Well, there we have the bracket welded together. Now all I've got to do is cut that off. I'll clean it up and give it a shot of paint, and then we're ready to use it. Quite pleased with how that's turned out, even though the welds aren't that great. Not overly concerned about it because it's underneath the car anyway, and I don't think it's going to come apart. And there we have the finished product. I'll just give that a clean up and a coat of paint, and then it'll be ready to use. they painted. They're ready to put on the repainted heat shield. Not the best paint job, but I'm not overly worried about it. And you can see there, right there is where they put the dent in to clear the center tube of the header. Now I've already put a couple of gaskets on the intake manifold. So let's see if I can get this on here one-handed. Get that one in. Yep. There we go. So that's that, and I did trial fit it to make sure that it did clear the header. And a couple more gaskets to go on here. There's that one. And then that one. And then I've got the spacers or insulators to go on. Now it's ready to put the carburetors on, but we'll need 2 hands for that. Okay, I've got the carbs bolted up. I've got the throttle cable reconnected with the cotter pin here. And now what I have to do is put the 3 springs in. There's 2 for the choke and 1 for the throttle. The one for the throttle goes from here down to the middle hole, and the ones for the choke go from the linkage towards the back here down to this hole and that hole. All right, I've got the springs back on for the choke and the throttle. So now I can hook up PCV line and I can reconnect the fuel. And then this end is all ready to go. And it's just a matter of putting the muffler on and the pipes and the air filter, and we're good. Well, I'm really pleased with how this little bracket turned out. So now it's time to go and get it put underneath the car. Well, here we are under the car. I have my pipe measured out and cut, and there's the 2 45s going up into the muffler. It's just sitting up on a jack stand right now, but everything seems to be lining up okay. Now, when I put the previous exhaust system in, I had to put a little extender here, but I'm not going to have to use that because this one will bolt right into the original spot and keep things lined up. So I've got to remove this little extension. Then I can hook up my bracket, the one that I made earlier, and I can hook it directly into the stock location. So I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out. So I'm going to I'll get that disconnected there. I'll tighten up the nut on the muffler, and then I can put some clamps on and see how it's started up and see how we're doing. Well, I'm quite happy with how this has turned out. Everything's good and solid where it needs to be solid. The clamps are all in. I've put this one oriented up that way so it gives me more ground clearance. That bracket there bolts into the original spot. And I just go down, and I've got clamps in there. I've just shortened the stems a little bit on those, so keep my ground clearance as much as possible. And the pipe is the same distance off the floor of the car as the original pipe. So I'm quite happy with how this whole thing has turned out. So I'm going to get the car down, back on the ground, put the air filter on, and start it up and see how she sounds. Now that the car is all done and back on the ground, let's start it up and see how she sounds. Exhaust system. So the muffler's doing its job. So I'm really quite happy with how that's turned out. Well, I'm very pleased with how that exhaust system has turned out. I have taken the car for a spin, and I have noticed a bit of difference in going up hills, but I'll report further on that once I get a tune-up done. If you'd like to see where this whole project started, I'll put a link to that video up in the top corner. And if you want to catch up on part 1 of this series, I'll put a link to that video in the bottom corner. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to share it with your friends, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget that little bell icon. Click on that, you'll get notified when the next video comes out. And please be sure to leave a comment if you have any suggestions or ideas. My name is Ian. This is the Econobox Garage. We'll see you next time.